Lawrence Julius Taylor, known to the world simply as LT, is a name that still echoes through the halls of football history. Born on February 4, 1959, in Williamsburg, Virginia, Taylor's journey from a mischievous child to one of the most feared and revered defensive players in NFL history is a story of unparalleled talent, raw intensity, and a life lived on the edge. Growing up as the first of three sons, Lawrence was a handful from the start. His father, Clarence, worked as a dispatcher at the Newport News shipyards, while his mother, Iris, was a schoolteacher. Despite their steady, hardworking lifestyle, young Lawrence was not easily corralled. Known to his family as Lonnie, he was the kind of kid who often acted first and thought later, a trait that would follow him both on and off the field. His mother would later recall how he would concoct elaborate stories to get out of trouble, a precursor to the audacity he would display throughout his life. While baseball was initially his sport of choice, it wasn't until he was 15 that football entered his life in a serious way. Even then, he didn't play organized football until his junior year of high school. By then, the natural athleticism and raw power that would define his future were already beginning to show, though he wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. After graduating from Lafayette High School in 1977, he made his way to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. It was here, as a member of the Tar Heels, that Taylor's legend truly began to take shape. At UNC, by his final year in 1980, Taylor had recorded 16 sacks, setting several defensive records. His performances earned him consensus first-team All-American honors and the Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year award. His fearless approach on the field, especially during special teams plays, left a lasting impression on his coaches and teammates alike. When UNC retired Taylor's jersey, it was a testament to the indelible mark he left on the program. The NFL was the next step, and in 1981, Lawrence Taylor was selected second overall by the New York Giants. From the very beginning, it was clear that Taylor was not just another rookie. His impact was immediate and profound, with Taylor quickly proving that he was a force to be reckoned with. His first exhibition game against the Chicago Bears saw him record 2 sacks, a preview of what was to come. By the end of his rookie season, Taylor had accomplished something no one had done before. He won both the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and the AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards in the same season. His first year in the NFL is still regarded as one of the greatest rookie campaigns in the history of the sport. Taylor's impact on the game was revolutionary. He didn't just play the position of linebacker, he redefined it. His aggressive, relentless pass-rushing style forced offensive coordinators to rethink their strategies. He consistently recorded double-digit sacks each season from 1984 to 1990, including a career-high 20.5 sacks in 1986. That same year, Taylor became one of the few defensive players ever to be named NFL MVP, a rare and significant honor. His dominance on the field earned him first-team All-Pro honors in 8 of his first 10 seasons, with second-team All-Pro honors in the other 2. The Giants' defense, spearheaded by Taylor, became known as the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, a unit feared by offenses across the league. But Taylor's greatness wasn't confined to regular season stats. He was a clutch performer, leading the Giants to victories in Super Bowls 21 and XXV. Alongside legendary teammates like Carl Banks, Gary Reasons, Brad Van Pelt, Brian Kelly, Pepper Johnson, and Hall of Famer Harry Carson, Taylor helped form one of the most formidable linebacking corps in NFL history, known as the Crunch Bunch. Known for his intense, almost ferocious persona on the field, Taylor's personal life was marred by controversy and struggles. He famously caused a compound fracture to quarterback Joe Theismann's leg in a game that remains one of the most gruesome injuries in NFL history. However, it was his battles with substance abuse that cast the longest shadow over his career. Taylor admitted to using cocaine as early as his second year in the NFL, and by 1988, he had been suspended for 30 days for failing drug tests. Despite efforts to maintain a drug-free life post-retirement, his struggles continued, leading to multiple arrests for attempted drug possession. For a time, his life seemed to spiral out of control as he became increasingly isolated, associating with drug users and retreating to a home where he described the atmosphere as that of a crack house. Despite these challenges, Taylor managed to maintain a semblance of normalcy for a time. From 1998 to 2009, he lived a sober, drug-free life, taking on roles as a color commentator and even pursuing an acting career. However, his personal life took another hit in 2010 when he was arrested for statutory rape of a 16-year-old girl. The charges led to a guilty plea for sexual misconduct and patronizing a prostitute, resulting in his registration as a low-risk sex offender. Taylor's complex relationship with his alter ego, LT, is something he's spoken about openly. In his 2004 autobiography, LT, Over the Edge, he described his NFL years and drug abuse phases as distinct periods dominated by his LT persona, a figure driven by adrenaline and a hunger for the thrill. By 2003, Taylor declared that LT died a long time ago, and I don't miss him at all. All that's left is Lawrence Taylor. Despite his off-field issues, Taylor's contributions to the game of football cannot be understated. His professional career, which spanned 13 seasons with the Giants, was marked by numerous accolades and records. After being drafted by the Giants in 1981, Taylor quickly established himself as a cornerstone of the team's defense. His ability to alter the course of games with his sheer physical presence and instinctive play was unmatched. Taylor's career wasn't without its challenges. In 1982, despite being named Defensive Player of the Year, Taylor's relationship with the Giants became strained when Bill Parcells took over as head coach. The team's losing streak led to Taylor arriving late to meetings and practices, and at one point, he even entertained the idea of joining the United States Football League, USFL, after being approached by Donald Trump. However, after some back and forth, Taylor chose to remain with the Giants, ultimately receiving a 6-year, $6.2 million contract. Taylor's commitment to the Giants paid off, leading the team to numerous victories, including the 1986 Super Bowl win, where Taylor's defensive prowess was a critical factor. That year, he recorded over 20 sacks, a feat that earned him both the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year awards. However, as injuries began to take their toll, Taylor knew his time in the NFL was nearing its end. In 1994, after a crushing loss to the San Francisco 49ers, Taylor retired from professional football, leaving the field in tears. In the end, Taylor's career stats tell the story of a player who dominated his era. With 1,089 tackles and over 132 sacks, his place in NFL history is secure. Yet, Lawrence Taylor's legacy is about more than just numbers. It's the story of a man who played the game with a reckless abandon that thrilled fans and terrified opponents. A man whose life off the field was as dramatic and tumultuous as his performances on it. Taylor's life has been a roller coaster of triumph and tragedy, a testament to the complex nature of fame and talent. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this content enjoyable or informative, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it too. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos. Your support means a lot to us.